harm themselves physically.
Okay, so you this is a really interesting discussion, right?
Yeah.
The discussion, the argument that porn stops spousal abuse. There's a lot of people say porn stops people from cheating, right? This is really interesting. And if you take this discussion to its ultimate end, we start getting into things with children. I'm not going to say the word on YouTube, but bad things that happen with children is like, well, I'd rather them do it to this doll than do it to in actual real life. My question to you is, there's some people on OnlyFans who are not well adjusted. These are guys with borderline autism spectrum disorder or really fucking mean and say horrible shit, and they comment back and forward. How do you deal with that?
I'll block them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have to talk to them. If they're not giving me any value, then I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, I'm there to to have fun, explore, and make money.
You've seen these girls on OnlyFans, and guys are literally paying them on OnlyFans to insult them.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I never got any of that, but I would love that.
That's crazy.
They're like swiping up and doing text messages at like $5 a text message to tell this woman that she's not being a good Christian woman while he's subscribed to her OnlyFans, paying her to denigrate her.
I'm empathetic to some of these guys, maybe not the aggressive ones, of course, because those cannot control their emotions. But I'm empathetic to some of these guys. I have a friend who has a company that he used to manage like webcam girls in London, and I went behind the scenes and stuff, and I saw, and he was telling me, this guy, he's a guy from a small town. He spent all his money to talk to this girl, and I got very empathetic. So the way I see it is like, these guys, they don't know how to conquer women. I remember being there, I don't know, at 14, but there's 60-year-old guys, they don't know how to conquer women. So they have the ability to talk to this beautiful intellectual woman. They're not alone. You never want to feel alone. So I'm empathetic to this crazy reality. And for women as well, there is a dark side, of course, to everything, but I'm seeing the positive side, which is human connections. We all need it. So I don't think there's a problem with porn. Porn is just a new drug. The problem is always the dosage. With love, with drugs, with food, with porn, with masturbation, dose yourself with everything. It's not about canceling practices, substances, supplementation, TRT. It's about dosing yourself efficiently so you can conquer your ambition. Don't be addicted to anything. You overdo anything, you're going to harm yourself. So
if it's not porn, it'll be something else. If it's not video games, it'll be something else. If it's not prescription opioids, it'll be something else. If it's not, seriously, it's like, what is your, I talk about this every time I talk about like how this generation of young men sedate themselves. If it's not porn, it's something else. If it's not the actual thing itself. It's that you have this need for an escapism because that escape life is better than your shitty real life. So make your shitty real life better than your escape life, and then perhaps you won't be addicted to whatever the hell you think that you're addicted to at that point.
I saw a number of alcoholics in my family. Growing up, a lot of them live in Colombia. I'm sorry, guys, allergies. And I remember trying to transmute that addictive personality into audiobooks and the gym. Audiobooks in the gym and basketball. Those are the things. I know that like I have an unhealthy relationship with basketball. I play 7 days a week. I do not have the knees or back in order to still be able to play as much. But it's one of these things where like I if I do it every day, I'm like kind of like centered and balanced or whatever. I know that proclivity could have been just like World of Warcraft or cocaine or alcohol. It could have been a bunch of different things, or OnlyFans. It could have been a bunch of different things to lead down that proclivity. But like you said, like you can transmute that obsessive behavior into something productive. That's why I tell people audiobooks are the thing. If you want to get obsessed with something, get obsessed with audiobooks. Change your life that way.
Yeah, there's I mean, if you're trying to like break a habit or try to break an addiction, you'll hear guys who are like, they become armchair like endocrinologists or something. They want to tell you about how dopamine is this, and you're addicted to dopamine, and you need to get addicted to serotonin and all this stuff. And they're very practical in how they like sort of break that down. But what they're not practical about is how do you go about doing that? Like, what's the process? And I'm of the opinion that if you are getting dopamine from like pornography or whatever it is, that's your particular addiction, how do you replace that hit with something that's healthy, right? So I would say this is like, if you go like people who listen to music like that they really like, you're still maybe not at the same dosage, but if you're really into like a certain kind of music, you're gonna feel that, get chills when you're like listening to something like that. There's ways that you can like Some people, maybe it's church. Maybe it's going there and they feel good when they're they're at church. Maybe it's going to the gym. You're replacing the bad way of you getting that spike with a better way, which is a healthier way. Maybe you're going and lifting really heavy at the gym. So there's ways to replace those. It's just you haven't figured out creatively how to go about doing that.
Yeah.